to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
LTTV, whatever his channel name is called. I'm sorry for being the dusty. How about that?
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point. It's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have that certain energy on the internet, but when you run into me or when I call you, suddenly you don't want to have that conversation.
Right.
That's not a man to me.
Damn.
That's not a man
Not
to
a
me.
man,
A man has to keep that same energy. Well, let's get to the next one.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. So Vlad is in his feelings. Vlad cannot get over the fact that Godfrey does not want to return to Vlad TV because there's nothing to explain this. There's nothing else to explain this right here, what we're seeing right here. It makes no sense. He's going on a tour, pretty much speaking to everybody on the podcast, bringing it up multiple times because they're like, oh yeah, you told me the story again. And as they tell him, you've told me the story, he continues to go into the story. He's done it with Lord Jamar. We've reacted to that in the Lord Jamar compilation where we went in on Lord Jamar for, you know, Lord Jamar taking various L's and then returning to Vlad with his tail tucked. He brought it up to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar told him, I already heard this. We already spoke about this on air. Brought up the same story. He does the same thing to Will Mills, and he does the same thing, the exact same thing to Aries Spears. And we're going to go over it in this this reaction because he keeps bringing up the fact that Godfrey doesn't want to have a conversation with him. And we're going to go through the hypocrisy and the straight contradictions that we get, that Vlad provides us here in this breakdown. So let's get into it, man.
Me and Nick are cool these days, but Nick Cannon being on this list.
Oh, for sure.
So right now they are speaking about a corny rappers list, I believe.
I mean, you know,
Terrible.
not the best rapper, but he still tries every so often. He will just drop a project that not a lot of people check out.
I've
But
tried
you know,
rock climbing, and I'm terrible.
Still tries.
Yeah, he's tried. But Nick Cannon is tried. And, you know, it bothers me when people put Nick Cannon and They call him corny because of his raps. Nick Cannon, his raps is corny, but Nick Cannon is not corny at all. He's not corny. He stands up for stuff. I like that. But Nick Cannon is a real dude.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you got a piece of that.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, y'all actually sat down together. Now, y'all wasn't beefing, though.
Well, me and him sort of did have this kind of almost quiet beef for a while, but earlier this year we got on the phone together and we hashed it all out, and we cool these days.
Okay.
Yeah. It was sort of, you know, I was going through a cancel period and a bunch of people
Oh, yeah, they tried to get you out of here.
taking shots at me, and Nick
I'm
was
surprised
sort of
you
one of
didn't
them,
I'm
but
pretty
me
sure I
and him
said
worked it all out.
I'm pretty sure I had some choice words for you.
Yeah, probably. But you know, but that's my man. Our families know each other. Like, you know, it's one of those things.
Understand that. He said he had some choice words for him. We've all seen Lord Jamar have some choice words for him. Lord Jamar and Vlad met up. Vlad didn't expect there to be any physical confrontation or any type of real animus in person after the apology, and they were willing to have a conversation. I don't know why he expected Godfrey to, for some reason, to punch him in the face or do anything violent to him or have some sort of smoke for him. He boycotted your platform. That's it. That's pretty much it. So the things that he said, you had a problem with. At that point, if you're gonna be a man and because you're calling him a coward and not a man for doing anything to you, at that point you are pretty much the person that should be addressing him with the smoke. You're the one that has a problem with him. He's boycotting you. He wants nothing to do with you. But we're going to get into that because I'm kind of jumping the gun right now.
Is where, you know, just like me and Lord Jamar, we didn't talk for 5 years. And, you know, we got on the phone and now he came to do my show and the whole world was upset over it. But we don't care. Like, we actually have a real relationship.
I actually thought Godfrey would come back before him.
I don't know why he thought that, but...
Nah, I don't think so. I think that... And I ran into Godfrey.
He told me.
You know about this part of the story?
He told me.
Yeah.
He told me
Yeah,
about it.
I ran into him, and, you know, he walked up to me and put his hand out.
Right.
First thing he did, and I shook his hand. As I'm shaking his hand, I said, yo, we need to talk. He's like, okay, yeah. Then he runs off.
Yeah.
Right?
He told me.
And then, you know,
He told him, sir. I don't know how many times he told you that he told him. He told him like 4 times. But it's worse because when he speaks to... Ari Spears tells Vlad, no, you told me. You told me the story and on air. But, you know what? Let's get into it.
We have a mutual friend. I got his phone number. I hit him. He don't hit me back. And then he does his show, and it was like, oh, yeah. Like, oh, didn't Vlad hit you? I think he did. Maybe. I'm not sure. Did you change your number? Yeah, I changed my number. And it's like he's like sort of like trying not to answer the question. It's like, motherfucker, you know I texted you. You just don't want to have this phone call. You know? But you were the loudest dude talking the most shit about me. But here's the thing about Godfrey, right? This is...
Okay, so he doesn't want to have a phone call with you. He doesn't have your number, changed numbers. You got his number through a mutual friend, so you contacting him, maybe he didn't know if it was you or not. Just some random person saying, hey, I'm Vlad, X, Y, and Z. It's like, yeah, you could be anyone, my nigga. Like, I don't know that this is verifiably you. I don't even have your number at this point. Maybe I'm giving Godfrey a little too much leeway with that, but who the fuck knows? Nonetheless, he don't want to talk to you, so it doesn't even matter. None of it matters. I'm so confused. I'm perplexed here. He was talking the most shit. Yeah, you have a problem with the shit he was talking, so isn't it up to you to address it in the way that you feel fit? Why does he... I'm very confused here. Let's get back into it.
This is the thing about Godfrey, and you could play it up for the cameras.
Right.
You know, he could do whatever he wants. But the reality is, out of all the guests I've ever had, nobody would hit me up to do another interview more often than Godfrey.
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
Now, I'm very confused at this point, Vlad, because nobody would hit you up more for interviews than Godfrey when he was cool with you. But he is the person that's 10 toes down during the boycott. And your bullshit ass apology 5 years later, he's not fucking with that. And you're doing this tour to try to turn everybody against him. What conversation needs to be had?
He was always, as soon as one interview's done, yo, I want to come back. Yo, whenever I do these interviews, you know, my bookings go crazy, blah, blah. And me and him have always had a very kind, like, friendly relationship.
Right.
That just shows how real the boycott was for Godfrey and how much he's standing 10 toes down in this boycott. He was cool with you. He was getting a lot of tickets, a lot of bookings from these interviews. He was always rushing back to do these interviews. But when the boycott happened, he stood 10 toes down. And as Lord Jamar crawls back because he needs some clout, he needs a little bit of bread, he needs some visibility again after that flat earth debacle where he got cooked in that debate. Come on, man. How are you trying to make Godfrey look bad because he's not coming back to your platform?
Been in my home before and everything else like that. And then suddenly it was like, oh, cancel Vlad, fuck Vlad. Let me talk about his family. Blah, blah, blah. Been in my home before and everything else like that.
See, this is the problem with folks. He's been to your home before. Yeah. Y'all are industry friends. This is what happens. Folks think that, oh, you're cool with other people in the industry. So when you do something egregious and you put your character up for scrutiny and judgment, that they're supposed to die on the cliff with you, especially when it goes against their community. Like, how does this make sense, bruh?
And then suddenly it was like, oh, cancel Vlad, fuck Vlad. Let me talk about his family. Blah, blah, blah.
Meanwhile, what's this guy's name again? Will Mills. He spoke negatively about Vlad during the boycott. Lord Jamar did. Various others that are cool with him now, they spoke negatively about him as well because they weren't fucking with it. They accepted his apology. Certain other people didn't accept their apology, like Godfrey. But let's get back into this.
It's like, yo, this is not the person that I knew 2 days before he was doing this.
Right.
You know, and I think that with Godfrey, I think that he said so much foul things about me publicly when he knows that that's not what our relationship was, that he doesn't, you know, I think he's worried about having that conversation with me because he's going to have to actually, you know, talk about some of the things.
What?
All right, make this make sense, sir. Everybody spoke negatively about you. You did wrong. You fucked up. You acknowledged you fucked up with the apology. So you apologize. You understand why people were pissed off at you. These guys return to your podcast. They don't have to apologize for the negative things that they said to you during the period. You were wrong, my nigga. You took 5 years to apologize. So they're all back on your platform making money, everything cool. You just mad that Godfrey's not returning to your platform. That's what this was all about. It's just a control move. You think you own these niggas. Bro's lost.
Things that has happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point. It's like, yo, like, Godfrey, I think that he said so much foul things about me publicly when he knows that that's not what our relationship was, that he doesn't, you know, I think he's worried about having that conversation with me because he's going to have to actually, you know, talk about some of the things that has happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point.
Bro, you seen him. You seen him at the radio station, at Big Boy's radio station. You shook hands with him. He spoke all these things that were so negative about you that you're in your feelings about. You didn't check him there. You were standing with your security guard. He was dolo. So why didn't you say something? Maybe you're coward. Like, what? This didn't reflect well on you, Vlad. I don't know what you thought this was, bruh.
Worried about having that conversation with me because he's going to have to actually, you know, talk about some of the things that has happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point. It's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have that certain energy on the internet, but when you run into me or when I call you, suddenly you don't want to have that.
Now, you want to have that certain energy on the internet, but when you run into him, sir, doesn't that apply to you?
No, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
You standing there with your security guard. It was all friendly, shaking hands, trying to get numbers and shit. I thought you were pissed off. I thought you were angry at the dude. Why didn't you check him in the moment? This is all that in the shower, thinking about what you should have done, what you could have done, but you didn't do. Oh! This is this shit all over again, bruh.
Conversation.
Right.
That's not a man to me.
Damn.
And that's not a man to you, bruh. Come on, man. You still got time.
Delete the video, delete the video, delete the video.
Actually, you know, talk about some of the things that has happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point. It's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have that certain energy on the internet, but when you run into me or when I call you, suddenly you don't want to have that conversation.
Right.
That's not a man to me.
Damn.
That's not a man to me. A man has to keep that same energy. That's how I feel. I know that's
A man has to keep the same energy. So why was it all friendly in the radio station when you're standing there with your security guard and he's there by himself? Why was it all friendly? Take my number, come back to the podcast. Like, what part of the game is this, sir?
that's your buddy and everything else like that. But yo, since you know,
No, I got y'all thing. That's why I even called him. I said, listen, I'm doing the show regardless. But
right.
But he said no. He said, yo, go ahead, man. Go ahead. It's gonna really help you with your career and Vlad is I know how many people have sat down with you and you keep a lot of people relevant. If you ask me.
Well, listen, if you talk, for example, if you talk to all the comedians that have been on my show, every one of them will say that their bookings have increased dramatically from being on my show, especially if they're on my show consistently.
For sure.
Now, in all of these videos that we see in these previews, these thumbnails, he's speaking about Godfrey. With all these guests, with Lord Jamar, with Ari Spears. We're about to watch this one with Ari Spears right now.
Well, what's interesting, though, is...
Now, this is fair use. The video has been modified, a different aesthetic to the video, to modify the video before the reaction to the video, to transform the video. This is not Vlad's basic video. This is video transformation, fair use.
Oh! That before me and Jamar had a conversation, I ran into Godfrey.
Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that? You told me this.
I ran into Godfrey. And this was at...
Well, I talked to Godfrey.
You talked to Godfrey?
Yeah.
Oh, since then?
He ain't come back.
What's that?
He ain't coming back.
I'm not expecting him to come back.
Bro, if you're not expecting him to come back, what is all this crying about?
He's not invited.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
Right.
But the interesting part about what happened, though, was...
Understand, chat, that Vlad called Godfrey, reached out to Godfrey before Lord Jamar called Vlad. So he reached out to Godfrey. He had more interest in getting Godfrey back on the platform and mending that relationship, having a conversation, whatever his intention was. He reached out to Godfrey before Lord Jamar reached out to Vlad. And understand that Lord Jamar reached out to Vlad. Vlad didn't reach out to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar reached out to Vlad.
He needs some milk.
So we were on Big Boy's show, right? Mm-hmm. On the radio station, and he was on before me. So, as he's like finishing up the interview,
You told me the story.
You told me the story. Bro, how many times does a man have to tell you you told him already? Why are we doing this again?
The story.
Did we do this on the air?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Did we do this on the air? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you told me the story.
Well, so yeah, we ran into each other.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he saw me, put his hand up.
Again!
So you're gonna go ahead and tell the story again. The man told me, yo, you told me this. On air? Yeah, you told me this. So, okay, so we're doubling up on the clip. So we're doing this again. So we're just gonna continuously talk about Godfrey. Okay. Same story, nothing new.
Shake my hand. I shook his
And he
hand.
kind of took off.
Yeah, he took off right away.
Yeah.
Since then, what was a little bit funny was that, because he had made some videos about Jamar coming back and dissing him or whatever else.
Well, he just so we clear, him dissing Jamar was not about you. It was about how Jamar fell out with him about getting into it with the guy about the earth being flat.
Yep.
Right.
And he felt played by that.
I guess he felt that Jamar came back to me to get back at him over the falling out, but that wasn't really the case. Like, me and Jamar had an actual friendship before Godfrey ever came around. In fact, I introduced Jamar to Godfrey, and that's how they ended up doing a podcast
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Me and Jamar go way farther back than that. We actually have a deeper relationship and friendship and so forth. But I remember when he was doing all these videos, talking shit about Jamar and everything, and someone's like, didn't Vlad reach out to you? He goes, oh yeah, I think he texted me. I'm not sure. Something. He's like, oh, you got a new number? Yeah, I think I got a new number. And I'm like, motherfucker, I texted you. I have your current number. We have someone that we both know that I got your number from. You saw my text. You chose not to respond. Now you want to say, oh, I'm not sure if he texted me or not. So I'll talk to Vlad. I got nothing against Vlad. And look, Godfrey doesn't have to talk to me. Absolutely not. We're both men. But
shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Then what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing out here, sir? Godfrey doesn't have to talk to you. You're both men, blah, blah, blah. So why are you reiterating the same story for the 5th time? Why do we need to hear this never-ending story and this crying about Godfrey not having a conversation with you. This makes no sense.
As someone that really went out of his way to really talk shit about me on a lot of different platforms and talk shit about my family and so forth.
Okay, so he spoke shit about you and spoke shit about your fucking family on these platforms, and you seen him and shook his hand and called him again for an invite to be on the show? Like, what part of the game is this? And you're mad that he's not speaking to you? He spoke shit about your family. You were there with your security guard. You talking tough on the internet. I thought men were supposed to keep the same energy, not just on the internet. So I'm very confused with this, Vlad.
If you have that type of energy with someone on the internet, when they see you or they reach out to you, you should be able to stand on that. You shouldn't sit there and just run off when they see you and ignore their phone calls. I just think that's cowardice. That's how I look at it. It's just cowardice. If you're gonna be one way online, be that same way when I see that, when you see that person. I didn't come at him aggressively. You know what I'm saying? I didn't threaten him or whatever. I had my security with him, but he just stood there. You see what I'm saying? So that's my thing with Godfrey. I just think that's weak of him.
Understand that Aries Spears has nothing to do with the situation. This is Vlad being a gossip queen, a chatty patty, trying to turn a comedian against another comedian for what reason, sir?
As a man, to take that stance, and then I had my security with him, but he just stood there. You see what I'm saying? So that's my thing with Godfrey. I just think that's weak of him as a man to take that stance and then to sit there and talk around the subject about he's not sure if I texted him or not.
Godfrey's my man. Let's move on.
Okay. I'm not trying to turn you against Godfrey.
No. It can't happen. But I'm just saying,
exactly.
That's my man. We Luke and Han Solo. Me fuck his girl. That's a no-no. You know who that's from? You know where that's from?
No.
Nas.
Okay.
Me and son, he was talking about his boy. Me and my man like Luke and Han Solo. Me fuck his girl. That's a no-no.
Now, Aries Spears stood on business. He's like, yeah, you can't turn me against him, even if that was your aim and that's what you were trying. But no, Godfrey's my man. We ain't gonna talk about that like that. So he stood on business. He wasn't there to jump on the bandwagon with Vlad and have him, speak that bullshit.
Bro.
And it sounds dope.
Bro, you know what I wanted to ask you about, bro? Because this shit was hilarious to me, bro.
What's up?
I live for shit like this, bro.
What happened?
Did you and Lord Jamar make up?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Over the shape of the earth?
Okay,
I can't
bro.
do this, man. It's
Bro.
no.
It's nothing.
I don't have a beef with him. He just
I
has
love
it
when
for me.
people who are intelligent get debunked and embarrassed. Because you're running with your own logic.
Yeah.
And when somebody's logic, first of all, makes more sense than yours,
Yeah.
and you're losing terribly, right?
Your ego can't
So
handle it.
now your ego switches to violence. Bro, that shit had me crying, bro. Because he's a flat earther.
Yeah,
He
oh,
follows me too. He
no.
follows me. He's a flat earther, right?
That's going around right now.
And he had a white guy on his show.
Dave the scientist.
Dave the scientist,
Dave.
right?
Yeah.
And he killed. Because all flat earth research is hypothetical. It's
No doubt.
It's theory.
And there's some stuff that you go, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
actually makes sense.
He killed, but when I say he killed Lord Jamar on everything.
Yeah.
So then Lord Jamar had nothing. He had no leg to stand on. So he ran to.
He's like,
Is
man,
Lord
I'll
fuck
slap
Jamar
the shit out you.
Yeah, I
Like,
was like,
shit
Lord,
out him.
is Lord Jamar a flat earther?
Yes.
Okay, so he's debating with the scientists who actually
Yes.
know this shit. And he's feeling stupid.
But here's the thing. Lord Jamar comes from Brand Nubians, which
Right.
is a conscious rap group I came up on in college.
Right. I think they're 5% too, right?
5%ers. Big Daddy Kane, all Rakim.
Jay-Z the 5%er.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
came up on all of them.
Yeah.
That was important. Like conscious rap, KRS-One,
Love it.
X-Clan.
Love it.
I'm in that.
Bro,
Hip-hop.
hold up real quick. That's why I have my nose pierced. So people attribute it to some gay shit.
Anyway.
But
Stick together. Pause.
Nah. I know niggas that got their their nose pierced. I clowned them niggas, but it is what it is.
I got it because of X-Clan. They all had their nose. Bro, these motherfuckers were militant, bro. Like,
Vanglorious.
Yeah.
This is protected by
the red,
the black,
and the green.
with a key.
sissies.
But that was serious.
It was real Afrocentric, bro. Like,
yeah,
it was real Afrocentric.
So we were gonna Dante, my co-host, was gonna call Neil deGrasse Tyson because
Right.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, our boy Chuck Nice, is his co-host on his thing. So we was like,
Right.
can we get Neil? Neil was busy. We were gonna go. Let's get a black man
Right.
to battle him, and we were like, well, we got science. You know, Dave, dude, the science guy.
Right.
And Dave was debunking Lord Jamar shit, going, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but so he got in touch with this dude, and he said, I'd love to go against Lord Jamar. And I said, Lord Jamar, he goes, yeah, let's do this shit. Cool. So they got on there, and before Dave even got on there, he was like, man, fuck that dude. I smacked the shit out of him.
Bro,
Like,
but what was the stand-up thing you did was, from what I saw, Lord
Jamar was talking mad shit prior to the debate. He went in there and he was already disrespecting Dave prior to the debate. So Dave came in there hot, like, fuck this shit. I'm cooking the hell out of this guy because he was already disrespecting him prior to the debate.
Jamar, because he got killed so bad, he asked him not to put it out.
Damn.
But Dave had the footage.
He already had it, yeah.
And Dave put it out.
Yeah.
But he got mad at Godfrey because
got mad
of
at me. And then you're fucking up my money. Because
Right.
you have a podcast, I don't do, and I would.
No, he has a Godcast.
Yeah, the yada mean. You know, I was doing the podcast with him and Raw Digger for like 3 years because I was like, yo, when I got fired from Sirius XM, I was.
Yo, where the hell did Raw Digger go? Raw Digger just disappeared into the mist. Like, what happened?
Like, well, cool, because Lord Jamar was like, now you can do the podcast in Brooklyn, because I would go to Brooklyn at the Black Lady Theater, because I was like, I'm with Raw Digger, man. I'm meeting Hank Shot, I'm meeting all the hip hop dudes. Hell yeah.
Right.
So then after we got the.
Oh yeah. By the way, this is a podcast. Let me stop cutting off Godfrey and let him finish his point because these guys cut off Godfrey enough in this podcast already. This is a podcast called All Jokes Aside. First time I've heard about this podcast, so I can't vouch for these brothers. I don't know them. This episode is a good episode. I don't got the whole episode. I have a clip of the episode, but from what I've seen, it was a good episode. I haven't seen the whole episode. That's why I'm just reacting to the clip that I've seen. This is a good episode. They're a channel with like 7,000 subscribers. So Godfrey, you know, he helps out channels like this, and he does interviews and builds with his people. I think these guys are comics because all jokes aside. So it is what it is. Shout out to these guys. A lot of people are cooking this guy right here in particular because he's a Trump supporter. Yeah, so.
They closed up that Lady Theater thing because of some fucking financial shit.
I don't know if he's a Trump supporter actively, but he voted for Trump.
We were doing it online. And so I was like, you know, that was my dude. Like, I was doing my podcast and that podcast, and my podcast and the Yada Mean podcast.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you know, he's like, and I'm thinking Lord Jamar, you know, he's a well-read dude. We read all the same books.
Yeah.
You know, ISIS Papers,
Right.
Destruction of Black Civilization, Chancellor Williams, Stolen Legacy, Black Athena. I got hundreds of books in storage in Queens because I was real militant in college.
Right.
I'm a peripheral student of Minister Farrakhan because I was invited 3 years ago to see his swan song speech in Chicago.
Wow.
By Riza Islam.
Fire.
They was all, because in Chicago I used to go see him in college.
Yeah.
Savior's Day. So I was there. Me, Rakim, 2 Chainz, Dougie Fresh, and Corey Holcomb. We all went. You know. So I'm a knowledgeable dude.
Yeah.
You know. I'm in that cipher of knowledge.
I say that to say.
I brought Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael to my college.
Fire.
We brought him.
Fire. That's fire.
We got Francis Cress Welsing, who wrote ISIS Papers in my college. I have pictures with me, Sister Soldier, all of them. Daruba Ben Wahad, who was in the Black Panthers with Feeney Shakur, with Tupac's mom.
You're dropping names right now.
No, because I have to. I have to let motherfuckers know my
He
name.
don't know none of these things.
Yeah.
No. I know Mr. Feeney Shakur. I see Boy Meets World. I know what he's talking about.
Yo, Mr. Feeney, that's hilarious, by the way, bro.
What? I know what he's talking about.
And you know, Boy Meets World. I knew the teacher was the voice of Knight Rider. Kid.
Oh yeah, Kid.
Was he?
Yeah, Michael. That's the.
Didn't know that.
Daniel. What's his name? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yes.
I knew it was him when I saw Boy Meets World. I knew it was him. from his voice. I was like, oh, that's Kit. That's the Kit voice.
He's still alive too.
He's still alive. And you know the black girl that
country. He's 80.
You know the black girl that was on Boy Meets World. You know she was,
Angela.
You know she was on my podcast. She's married to my friend. What's big boy too? Shit. But they live in like Belize.
She was saying that she was having problems when she was on Boy Meets World.
She was older than him too.
They treated her different because she was black.
Of course. Well, that's white people shit.
Yeah. And that they also
the
like.
90s.
And Ben Savage was trying to like little boy her,
Yeah.
like, because he was like, "Oh, I run this show. I'm a big dude on this show."
Yeah. So she was on my podcast talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, man. Once we did that, he said, take it off. I took it off as a friend. I said, let me take. But then he went on his podcast talking shit about me.
Yeah, that was
with
crazy.
Other flat earther white dudes. And it was very, and it was like.
That's what was crazy about the entire thing. Because before Godfrey and Dante started doing the breakdown and calling Lord Jamar out for his fuckery, this guy went on his platform and started disrespecting Godfrey after he deleted the video. So they had the exchange, they had the debate. Godfrey did everything he could to save face for Lord Jamar. He deleted the video, and the fact that Dave already aired the video was still enough for Lord Jamar to just go at Godfrey and think that it was just like, what are we doing out here, bro? Like, you're so unaccountable for your pathetic performance, believing that the earth is flat, going out sad because you couldn't actually substantiate your claims. But now Godfrey's public enemy #1 because of it. And as you can see in Godfrey's interviews, everybody's asking him about the Lord Jamar issue. Nobody leads with, hey, you going back to Vlad, because no one gives a fuck.
Real strange. I was like, wow, you one of them? I got him up.
That's crazy, bro.
I've been loyal to you, like.
Bro, y'all stood toe to toe with the Vlad shit. I remember that.
And
y'all was, bro. That's like, I mean, that was a big
platform
for people who knew who you were.
Because I got on there, and I saw Lord Jamar. That's when I met him, and I said, hey, we can go on there together too.
Right.
We can do all kinds of shit. And then when the Farrakhan thing happened, I said, me and Lord Jamar called.
Do you know this story?
No.
Okay.
So Vlad,
go ahead.
Vlad disrespected Farrakhan.
Yes.
Big time. And at the time, Godfrey and Lord Jamar were like.
And the thing that is the worst about it is he's practicing this revisionist history and saying, oh, I seen an edited video. So you're being unaccountable for your mistake in the first place because you didn't comprehend what the minister said. You took your misinterpretation and slighted the minister with your disrespect, and then you're like, oh, I seen an edited video. 5 years later, it's like, where's the edited video? What edited video did you see that mistaken you? Because then you wouldn't have an issue apologizing. You would have said, oh, I fucked up. I seen an edited video. But he's trying to revise history. I'm gonna always bring that point back up every time I do a breakdown on this because he tried to weasel that one in. Pause.
Like the biggest guest on there, they would both.
We were killing that.
They were killing it, bro. Like every week they would be on there.
Yeah.
And when that happened, they told him like, you gotta apologize for this shit, bro. Like you're out of pocket. That's Farrakhan you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they said, fuck Vlad, together.
Yeah.
Together.
We called him. We said, let's be
vulture
fair.
Yeah.
We gonna call him, and I'm not gonna talk behind his back because when that happened, I had Elijah Farrakhan, his grandson, DM me, said, yo, brother, we want to talk to you about something. And I remember, this is during COVID, so I had just done a new video with Vlad, like some new shit.
Right.
And so then Royce the 5'9" DMs me, hey, God, man, can we speak? Then West Coast Cam, he's a brother out of LA. He's FOI. He's like the head of FOI. He goes, yo, God, he sent me a video. Oh, God, man, we need to talk to you, man. For real, we need to talk to you, cuz. For real. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So I'm getting all these. Then I get Nation of Islam, a lot of ministers going, brother, God, we want to talk to you. I'm like, what? And then
your man was out of pocket.
And then Vlad called me and goes, hey, Godfrey, are we cool, man? Are we good? I said, yeah, what?
Yeah.
He goes, I said, we just filmed. He goes, no, I just want to know. There's some things happening, I just want to make sure.
And at this time, you don't know yet.
I don't know shit.
Right.
And then Lord Jamar's like, hey, man, what's up? Like, yo, we got to call Vlad. I said, what the fuck happened? He goes, yo, he said some shit about Farrakhan, blah, 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 blah. I said, but what did he say? He said, the minister said this. And that's the speech I saw. I saw that speech.
Right.
Because I'm used to watching his speeches.
Yeah.
I said, oh, he's wrong. Why would he say that? Let's call him. Let's not talk about him behind his back like bitches. Let's face him. I called him. We called him and said, yo, man, why would you say that? You made him. He said something that was metaphoric, and you made it sound literal.
Right.
And he's a very intelligent man. He's smarter than that. And
Yeah, he said cast the stone of truth, and then Vlad tried to make it seem like he was talking about literally throw stones at a community. I don't even want to say which community. We know what we know. Come on, man. It's like
you fucking lied, and you're not even a practicing J.
Right.
You're not even. You're an atheist.
Not a practicing small hat.
You're not. You're not practicing, and you're an atheist. And now all of a sudden you're jumping on this. This whole anti. And then you had Nick Cannon apologize to your people. You had all of us apologize to your people. But you did this, and you're standing on 10 toes.
And stood on it, bro. He refused to apologize for it.
And so I said, and he said, I sent out an apology. I said, I read your apology. It sounded like Walmart apologizing. I said, I'm good on. So we just gonna separate. We're not gonna do your show because it ain't worth it for me.
Yeah.
Because I got the whole Nation of Islam going, yo, man, we want to understand because my son, the general.
Of course.
Yeah.
I got on a conference call with all of them. Royce, my son, Elijah Farrakhan, all of them.
I was waiting for him to his, he always pop his face out.
Who?
My son.
My son, yeah.
His lip annoys me. I don't know what that is. It's like it flipped inside out or something. It's like his lip is backwards. He got like this, like Predator got this.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What?
He got this extra.
He'd take any chance to take a cheap shot at my son.
It's just the lip. The lip.
My son gonna fuck you up when he see you too.
No. And then he had a series of workout videos, and I hated his workout videos because obviously he was just doing push-ups and dips and pull-ups because, bro, he's like Popeye, like his arms, but his deltoids were non-existent, bro. And he was like telling us how to get in shape. I'm like, nigga, your shit is not proportional. I'm not taking no advice from you, respectfully. But I love my son, though.
Why he caught a stray over the Vlad shit? My son
because
caught
when these type of things happen, usually his name is gonna come up.
He always.
I couldn't wait.
He's always in the mix.
I'm sitting here like, okay, you're missing somebody.
Shout out to my son.
No, I'm sitting here talking like
he's a good rapper.
Hell yeah.
He's nasty with it.
Hell yeah. No, I've grown a disdain for him. I don't hate my son. I think he's a positive dude. I love what he stands for. But just doing the whole Black Lives Matter thing, Well,
I thought he did a good. Listen,
it was selective.
So between that and the workouts
and the lip,
can't forget the lip.
All of
He's like, yeah, all right, let me.
It was very selective.
Right.
Listen,
I've said this on my page several times. I've said this on the show.
No comment. I don't want to be
with my son though.
I don't want to be associated with any Will Mills.
Listen, hold on. I can like you and have a problem with something you do and still like you.
Right. One of your problems.
I don't dislike.
Wait a minute. This is Will Mills. This is the same guy that was on the Vlad interview. Why am I now putting this together?
Whoa.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? I'm slow today.
Lip though. It's
That's
like what can he do about that?
My son looks like the Count from Sesame Street, but with an extra piece of lip.
That's crazy.
You don't think he looked just like the Count from Sesame Street?
I don't know,
bro. I got to think bro.
Man.
He looks just like him, bro. Look at him. Bro. I swear to God, bro.
Oh,
all right, so get a good look at his face. So get a good look at his face. Now watch. He looks exactly like the Count from Sesame Street. Like 1, 2, 3.
He kind of look like Charlemagne the God to me.
No, he doesn't.
You don't look like Charlemagne?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with my fingers?
It's like a Ozempic Charlemagne, just like a smaller Charlotte.
Look. They have the same face, bro. Identical.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh.
Look.
Are we gonna get to see the comparison?
What the fuck are these costumes?
Am I gonna have to Google this myself, my nigga?
Yo. He
all
goes,
right. Look at him.
That's him?
My son.
You don't think he looks like the Count? I'm not even trying to be funny.
You idiot.
I mean, if you look like him.
That not trying to be funny?
If you look like him, you look like him, bro.
Damn. Wow.
Look, people tell me I look like Mr. T. I've accepted it, bro. I know that you know what it is?
I can see it.
I can see why people say I look like Mr.
Well, they
T.
say I look like Deion Sanders or, what's his name? The guy Dule Hill from Psych.
Oh, I've seen that.
I can see that.
Dule's my boy.
I can see that. Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Dule's Jamaican.
That's like the Dave Chappelle and the dude that we know who looks like Chappelle.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Evil Dave Chappelle.
No, he's Bokeem Woodbine and he's Jodeci guy.
JoJo.
JoJo.
You know what it is? It's actually I'm thinking about it now because I just put it together while we're live on air that this is Will Mills, because I'm hearing the All Jokes Aside podcast. I didn't realize it was Will Mills. But your man's Godfrey came to your platform to do an episode. This has 30,000 views. I only know about this platform because Godfrey was on it, and it was in my algorithm because Godfrey, and I watched Godfrey's shit, and I was looking for Godfrey content. So he did your show, but you still went to Vlad, but you know about the boycott and everything. You're a comic as well. Trump supporter. I don't know, man. Why did he choose to go to Vlad? The exposure is that much? You really need that? You don't really stand with Godfrey on this black shit? I'm very confused here. I have more questions. I have to.
That Chappelle face.
They got like this.
Look at Joe. Look up JoJo.
They got the. You know what the face they have? They have like recovering alcoholic face. They drink a lot and they stopped. Like they got like. Not extensive liver damage, just enough to where you can't drink no more.
Not extensive. Let's go. Bokeem Woodbine and JoJo from watch. This is Bokeem Woodbine.
He don't know how to spell Bokeem.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Bokine.
Bokeem Woodbine's my guy.
Yeah, Bokeem's my man. That's kind of Chappelle-y.
Oh, they got them both together. Oh no, I thought that was Dave Chappelle. God damn.
That's not Dave.
Holy shit, they do look a lot alike, bro.
Yeah.
I call him evil Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And people's always like, that's not Dave Chappelle. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
I know Bokeem.
I know that's not. I think Bokeem's from Brooklyn.
And Bokeem did study kung fu for a long time too.
Show me JoJo from KC.
Bokeem Woodbine is one of the most typecast.
Oh, they put Chappelle and Bokeem down there, right next to each other.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Wow.
Damn.
Woof.
Nobody looks alike as far as actors as Hakeem Bardem, the dude from No Country for Old Men.
Oh, Javier Bardem.
And it's another guy.
Yeah, that other dude. I know.
From The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Yeah, he kind of looks like
Another hit show I never seen.
What?
The Walking Dead.
I didn't watch any Walking Dead either.
Bro, Javier. Who else you said it was?
I said,
JoJo.
JoJo from
Jodeci.
Jodeci.
All right, so I'm gonna fast forward this chat. I don't give a fuck about niggas that look alike, man.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
The one on the right.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
Especially if you ain't gonna show the chat, you ain't gonna show the audience. Y'all just we're gonna Google it. And we gotta Google it ourselves. Nah, man.
But I don't know shit. One more.
We were talking about that flat earther thing, right?
Yeah.
Here's another thing. When they were talking about buoyancy, there was like, you don't know what buoyancy. You saw the whole thing where he's like, buoyancy. How there's no such thing as gravity.
Right.
And Dave goes, do you know the equation for gravity? For buoyancy. There's an equation for buoyancy.
Right.
Gravity
and there's
is in
a
the
G
equation.
on the other side of the equation for gravity. He goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Gravity exists, you know. And so he was trying to prove, well, how does water stay, and the Earth is spinning? How does it stay? You know, how does it not fall off the earth if it's spinning so fast? And then he used a tennis ball. If you take a wet tennis ball and you spin it, water flies off it. First of all, the planet Earth is so big.
This is not a science project, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Earth,
you know,
how are you gonna compare a tennis ball?
Yeah, it's a lot of science involved, and these are things that people have proven over hundreds of thousands
and Neil
of
deGrasse
years.
Tyson said, you know him and Terrence Howard. Terrence sent him his theories.
Oh, Terrence Howard's a
He's
smart
another
nigga
man.
now.
No, he's not.
He's another smart nigga.
Just because you don't.
Terrence Howard, wow, man. I did not do my video on Terrence Howard yet. I'm loafing, man. Y'all don't even realize how stupid it gets.
Remember Jay-Z said, just because you wear kufi, it don't mean that he right.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand him, it don't mean that he nice.
And Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard's an idiot.
But
bro.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Respectfully, he's an idiot.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said that there's this syndrome that when you think you know something, you don't know it. You don't. It's like you think you know it, but you don't have enough information.
Yeah.
There's a theory.
It's a George Costanza thing. George Costanza on Seinfeld said, "It's not a lie if you believe it."
Right. But
bro, you ever did that before? Listen, I've lied to a girl. I wanted her to buy me a Versace hat in New York before. If you're watching, you know who bought me that hat.
Right.
And I didn't have a job.
Right.
But I told her I had to go to work. And I really believed this shit.
Right.
So we went to go get the hat, and then I went home, and I left back out, and I started walking to the train, I said, wait a minute, where am I going? I really went home to get dressed for a job I didn't have, bro.
Wow.
That's how deep the lie went.
Wow.
You go get a damn job.
So you told a woman you had no job. You got dressed when you went home to go to said job, and then you realized you didn't have a job, and you're saying that's how deep the lie was. The lie was very basic, very simple. There was no depth to the lie. You just bought your own shit for some weird reason.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
How do you buy your own lie? How do you do the mental gymnastics for such a bullshit ass lie that you believe? Did you even tell what job you worked, where you worked, what hours you would work, how long you've worked the job? It wasn't a deep lie. You just said you had a job. Well, according to this story.
Damn.
And I said, holy shit, that's too good of a lie.
Yeah, and that I get that's what happens in a lot of these science landscapes.
Flat earthers are like, bro, it's no need. It's like people who I consider myself a spiritual guy. I'm not religious at all.
Right.
Right? Because in order to be religious, you have to be somewhat closed-minded.
Closed-minded, dogma.
You gotta you gotta say
You
fuck
gotta be
that.
indoctrinated.
I'm over here.
Indoctrinated,
And I actually like a lot of things in different religions.
Yeah, there's a lot of things
beauty
I
in
take,
a lot
of course.
Right, so
You a hoe with religion too? You can't
right,
even
so
settle down on one religion.
so when a person comes pushing the Bible onto me,
yeah.
it's like, bro,
I don't
okay,
like commitment.
I said, in order to believe that, I have to have a certain level of faith, and I have to believe those words in it. That was written by a white man, bro. Don't give that to me.
Word.
So if it was, I said that's the book we received in slavery, bro.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I believe that? So everything else about slavery was bad, except that.
Right.
Why would I believe that book?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So dude was in a well for 3 days. Okay.
Right.
So how much of a book has to be make believe for all of it to be make believe?
Right.
Yeah.
One sentence.
Yeah.
Once is one lie. The rest of it is cap.
Yeah.
I'm not believing none of that shit. So respectfully, if you like the Bible, cool. But explain religion to me without the book.
But I
don't believe it.
I understand why there are flat earthers, though.
Right.
I understand why there are.
It has to be.
Because
It's like why haters exist.
Because my thing is this too. White supremacy, just in general, has lied so much.
Right.
They lie so much. I don't blame motherfuckers going, I don't believe the earth is round.
Right.
These photos might be phony. Because they lie so much. You might have lied about the moon landing, then you got
They definitely lied about the moon.
this
landing.
one.
It's the earth being a globe, round shaped, not flat, is not something somebody just tells you and you believe. Through a culmination of acquired knowledge from various subjects, science, geography being the primary two, you eventually learn how the planet works, and it falls the fuck apart if it's not a globe. Unless, in even math, learning 4 dimensions, you understand things better. Like, it's just like, you understand that the world is round. You wouldn't understand weather, the tides. You wouldn't understand shit. It's so bad. I don't even know where to start.
Saying.
So that's the
You got
theory.
girls going to space with no helmet on. Get the fuck out of
So
here.
because they lied about the moon landing, the Earth is flat.
So
You
no,
know,
I'm saying they go.
Yeah.
They probably
They
are
went
lying.
extreme.
Like you
Yeah.
know those photos where they see the planet Earth. What if it's not real?
Yeah.
Right.
How do we know? How do we know you were up there to take that photo?
Right.
So I understand it breeds non-believers.
Right, well,
Breeds a level of
agnostic.
skepticism in
See,
everything.
My thing is, I remain agnostic about everything. I never dive all the way on one side. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
you know what? That might be true.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna dismiss anybody's anything, bro.
Right.
Unless I prove it to be true or false.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So
That's
because
right.
we don't know,
Yeah, I
let's
think
just stay
that's
in the
what
middle.
most flat earthers are trying to say, though. They're trying to say, I don't believe that it's round or flat. I just don't know.
There's different people. You got the flat earthers, and you got the people that say we live in a A firmament.
Firmament.
I hate
like,
those motherfuckers.
We live in like a globe, and then they said that the sun does this. It doesn't.
We live in a
go down.
fucking snow globe.
The firmament shit is just like you know nothing about science, weather, climate, anything. If you're saying we live in a firmament, it's just like, come on, man.
Snow globe, and it does this. This is how it travels. This is the sun's travels like a figure 8,
which sounds good until you talk to a real scientist.
Look.
No, but remember the dude that paid the money to take those dudes to the Antarctica? There was a white dude with a.
And they're still in denial. They took them to Antarctica, and certain flat earthers changed their mind. They're YouTubers. They changed their mind. They got turned on against by the flat earthers. They said, "Fuck these guys. They're shills. They're paid shills." And they're dying on the cliff. They get evidence and they still refuse to believe it. So it's like you can't argue with an idiot. Because it doesn't matter how many times you prove they're wrong, they still don't understand that they're wrong, and you're just gonna waste your time.
Bottom line,
they proved it that's wrong.
And he said, if the sun goes down, then the Earth is flat. If the sun stays up over here 24 hours, the Earth is round.
The motherfucker went to Antarctica, bro.
The sun stayed. It was just
24-hour sun, man.
And they were like, that's CG, that's AI.
There's nothing you can do to prove
Hey,
these
did you see how far AI and lies can go? That people be believing bullshit, bro.
Yo, people believe these dumb ass LeBron James stories that are AI. Somebody makes these LeBron James stories about what he's done with his wife and all these weird things, and I see them on YouTube, and they're all AI. I'm like, people buy this shit, and I'm like, people in the comments, they're really responding like it's real. I'm like, oh my God.
They just said that there was some, like, 3-story pillars under the pyramids with these coils around them. Now, have you seen this?
No.
They said some infrared new technology found it. Everybody, it's not true, bro.
It's AI.
No, if that was true, then aliens definitely put that shit there.
Nah, the AI videos with the pyramids, with the huge giants and them niggas like growling like they're dinosaurs or something. I don't know what the fuck going on, but them AI videos is fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's not true. It was AI.
Y'all believe in aliens?
I'm agnostic about that.
Agnostic. I mean, maybe.
It might be. I don't believe in. I tell you what, I all the way don't believe in.
What?
Ghost.
You don't believe in ghosts?
No.
He just said it with just such certainty that made me laugh. He's like, ghost niggas.
It's kind of like voodoo.
Fuck out of here with that
It's kind of like
ghost
voodoo.
shit.
It's kind of like
You
voodoo.
don't believe in voodoo and all that stuff?
No. I believe you have to believe in it in order for it to happen to you.
Okay.
Right?
I think that like him in a fucking horror film, yo, ghost, pack you up.
Pack you all the way
I don't
up.
believe none of this
I
shit.
always said it's
Fuck
like
outta
if
here.
a
Move my ass.
If a ghost,
Fuck that.
I'm running towards him, bro. Like I'm not running away from you. I'm gonna be the crazy nigga. I'm facing you, Freddy Krueger.
He can't touch me. He's translucent.
So you don't believe in any spiritual? I'm just asking.
No, I am very spiritual.
But you don't believe in any like someone.
I don't believe in
supernatural,
ghosts.
haunted- Really? Shit that's moving. Some people will say, "Yo, I saw this shit."
Okay, I had one incident happen that I was like, "Oh, this is crazy."
What?
You got touched by a
This was
ghost?
wild, bro.
Yeah.
You got touched by a ghost?
No,
as a kid?
I was at. Shut up, nigga.
That's why you are the way you are. That's why you a
There's
hoe.
people who say they get fucked by ghosts.
Yeah, succubus and
A succubus.
a succubus.
There was so my boy, we was this was back when I was about maybe 18 years old. I didn't know how to drink back then.
Okay.
Right, so we would just buy cheap shit just to get drunk.
Right.
So we bought like a pre-made Long Island iced tea, and we drank the whole thing.
Crazy,
bro. Drink the whole thing. When he had a sectional, he's on one end of it with the recliner. I'm on the other end of it.
I'm already discrediting the story. You're drunk.
Well, listen. So now I fell asleep.
Okay.
Right.
So now I'm waking up and I'm like, and I see a lady floating by in a dress. I swear to God, and I'm like this.
Fire dress or trash? Like she's like a slave.
It was a nice dress,
Nice
white dress.
Okay.
And then I cut my.
All right, so like I swear a minute ago, bro said he didn't believe in ghosts, and now he's telling us a story that he's seen a ghost. Come on, man.
All due respect, shut the hell up. I want to hear that.
My eyes over and I look over at my friend. He's staring at me, and he says, "Yeah, she comes to visit me sometimes."
What?
I said, "Oh, I said I'm out of here, bro."
Where were you at?
In Queens.
Oh!
A minute ago, you said if you seen a ghost, you would run directly to the ghost. You one of them crazy niggas. You don't believe in ghosts. Then you're telling us a story where you were drunk. You seen a ghost. Your friend confirms it was a ghost. That lady be flying around and shit. And you said, oh, "Fuck it, I'm out." Like you know what, man?
He said it was his grandmother. His grandmother died in a car accident like a year before that.
You saw it.
I saw it, and he said to me, yeah, very calmly, yeah, she comes back to visit.
Have y'all ever had a conversation after that?
Is that guy still around?
Yeah, my boy Cedric.
And you guys have talked about this multiple times? He's confirmed it?
Yes.
Yo.
He still sees her?
I don't know.
You should ask. So there's, I think you saw it.
An apparition about. So I saw something before.
I don't even believe that. This nigga was drunk off of Long Island.
I wouldn't have believed it if he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He said it.
Y'all just have a collective.
Because I said, what the fuck? 'Cause if I would have mentioned it and then he said, yeah, she comes back around sometimes.
I mean,
but I didn't say anything, bro.
I'm back and forth with it.
Have you ever had a ghost encounter?
I had to do a thing with on VH1. We had to do paranormal shit, and they broke us up into teams.
You know, I realized what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Why did I keep all this in?
Oh!
We got so far off the plot. What is this shit? We don't give a fuck about all these ghost experiences and shit, nigga. Come on, man.
Haunting this place.
Oh, wow.
He's back to the camp, and they had a trick. I don't know. Even
and I voted for Trump.
Right, and my thing is
Whoa,
for anybody.
Right.
So I'm asking, do you think this is a good job? This shit
Right.
slap. Sometimes when they hear Trump, you say
You definitely walked a couple of people out of here.
Cause you know I can't see them.
Because we're in Florida and he's talking about Trump and shit. They're like, we out of here.
But my thing is, but sometimes when they hear Trump, you say Trump, then they just get mad. I go, I'm asking. I didn't vote for anybody.
Right.
So I'm asking, do you think this is a good job? This shit's sloppy, man.
Yeah,
Right.
It's sloppy right now.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's not.
It's
even
real bad.
And I voted for Trump.
Right, and my thing is, but he's sloppy with it. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a fuck who's in office, really.
Yeah.
But do a decent job.
By presidential standards. Well, I mean,
It's like it's fucking. It's crazy.
You think people feel personally responsible because it's like, yo, damn,
Yeah,
I
they
voted
do.
that.
That's why they
You
standing
should.
10 toes
You
down.
should.
Yeah,
You should.
yeah.
But my thing is, it's a simple reason why he's doing so bad. It's because he's 80, bro.
No doubt. That's fact.
I mean, no, I've always said this.
Facts.
There should be a limit on when you can be able to roll
that's
for
true.
public office. I mean, 80-year-olds.
They should make it younger.
Right, bro. Like 80 would.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Okay, so Trump is a shitty president because he's 80 years old. You voted for him when he was 79.
Oh!
So you knew he was going to be 80 in a year.
Can you do feed ducks? Like, I don't trust the 80-year-old with anything, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing. If your 80-year-old say, hey, let me change your tire. No.
No, hell no.
Right.
If an 80-year-old wants to make me a cup of coffee, no, I'm good, bro.
No,
I'm
yeah,
good.
nah.
If an 80-year-old wants to change anything, do anything for me, I'm like, no, I got it.
Yeah.
But an 80-year-old ran for president and you voted
Oh!
for him. So
Yeah, much less
And we let an
legislation.
80-year-old run the country, bro.
Yeah.
That
The
is
highest
incompetent.
land.
That is incompetent.
The highest
by
office in the
government.
land.
And he's starting to talk
it's incompetence by y'all that voted for him. Is that what you're saying? But you vote
incoherently.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really is like not making sense.
As he
like
should.
Right. Because he's
Like
like
any other 80-year-old.
He's like
Cut him some grace. He has dementia. Like,
Bro, like,
but his dementia's not like
It's
Biden.
like natural
Like
causes.
Biden's was like
Diagnosed.
He's doing that.
Yeah.
But Trump is literally talking in full sentences. He's like, I saw a man. He was very good. He's very great. And this guy was fantastic. And the country needs me so badly. But then when I was skiing, I skied down a slope. And that's how I felt about the country. Things are going down. And the slope was high. It was very high.
you got to read back the transcript like, nigga, weren't we talking about bread?
And then when I did that, I skied. Could Joe Biden ski? No, he couldn't. But other than that, it was a great restaurant that I went to, and I ate the fish. The fish was so fantastic, and when I ate that fish, I'm going to tell you something about the fish. It's so good. And we have to get more fishing in. We got to. And I'm going to sign a bill to get better fish, because when you ski, he was just talking. But he doesn't stop. It's a different type of dementia,
rambling, bro.
It's not like he's like, no,
It's just
keeps
the
going.
ramblings of a Civil War veteran, bro.
Meanwhile, the person asked him who his vice president was. Like, it had nothing to do with...
He never lands.
He never
doesn't-
lands.
And that's the thing. And my thing is, you can see there's a stark difference between his first, because I personally think he did okay in his first.
Yeah, his first, he's like on it.
Yeah.
Like they're comparing.
You can even see the facial differences.
You know, when we talk about senior citizens, and we're like, oh, you're sharp. Yeah, you're sharp for an older person.
Old person, yeah.
That's like a compliment.
Yeah, it's big time.
Right? So it's like when you're 80 and you're talking like that, it's just you're 80.
Right.
And that's all it is. I always said, like, there should be limits. Like, I think you should not be able to run for office after 55. Because...
Really?
55 is
I'm going to tell you why. Because at 55, you can relate to the needs of younger people and older people.
You shouldn't run after 55?
I don't think...
If you're going to put an age limit on it, you should put retirement age. If you think that folks should be retiring and checking out of the workforce by 65, then you should probably be checking out of the office by 65. If that's what you think, if that was the standard. 55, that's a little bit early. If 65 is retirement age.
I don't think you should be older than 55.
You can't run.
Godfrey's damn near 55. Isn't Godfrey like in his early 50s?
You're 35, so you're saying you only have a 20-year window?
No, you should run until you're 55?
No, I think the oldest a president should be able to be is 55. I don't think you should be able.
That's it.
That's it. No, if you get in, if you turn older afterwards, cool.
And you know what makes no sense? You voted for Trump at 79. You said he's too old at 80. You voted for him at 79. You said that you should cut it off by 55. So you shouldn't, like, by your own logic, you should have never voted for Trump. You shouldn't even have thought about voting for Trump because he's far too old by your own standards.
8 years.
Wait. So hold on. So you think, you can run when you're 55?
That's it. That's a stopping point.
Oh, not after. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I don't think
not at 60.
No.
Not at 60.
Retirement age is 65
I feel like
for a
it's
reason,
still,
bro.
like young, spry people at 60.
Listen, you should be a greeter at Walmart or a crossing guard or some shit, bro. You should not be running the country, my nigga. Respectfully.
You can't even become president until you're 35, though.
Right, at 35.
Right,
is the age.
35 to 55 should be it.
And they never hire them at that age. That's what's crazy.
Because think about it.
Never do.
All right, have you, aside from family members, I mean, you're older.
Yeah.
But have you sat down with an 80-year-old and like got kicked it? Like
No.
No, I don't even know many. Most of them are dead, bro.
80-year-olds don't even understand how to work Apple Music.
You
Much
see
less,
what I'm saying?
right,
So how can you tell a 20-year-old what they need to make their lives better?
Ask an 80-year-old what Spotify is. They're not a single.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
That's my whole thing. I'm thinking in terms of, because when you run a country, it's not just government, it's not just finance, it's actual people you're in charge of. So if you can't relate to me, you can't.
Especially old white men.
Yes.
Because they come from old adages and they still
when
hateful.
he was in school,
they want colored water fountains.
Yeah.
They come from that shit. Old white dudes. We don't
and
need
you
that
know,
shit.
you in New York, bro. The older white people out there are nasty, bro.
As
Like
fuck.
They're nasty.
As fuck.
What do you mean nasty? Like getting butt ass in the locker room?
No,
at
I
the
don't
gym?
mean that nasty. You
Because they
freak.
also are nasty in that way,
they're
too.
nasty
I mean,
attitudes.
their attitudes is nasty.
Yeah, nasty,
You
funky.
know, this is New York. See, here, white people are not afraid of black people.
Right.
In the South, they're not scared of us at all.
I've never seen a white person cross the street when I was walking by.
That crossing the street
It's never
shit.
happened to me.
And listen, the crossing the street shit, I used to think it was out of fear. It's like, I don't want to be on the same side of the street as you. You're not good enough to walk. Right. Sometimes it's fear.
Right.
But they know we're not going to do nothing to them. There's no history of black people being violent towards white people.
No.
So they're not afraid. Now, if you in the closed space on the elevator or something.
Yeah.
You never know. You never had a friend that snatched a purse.
The thing about Florida though is that people can shoot you though.
100%.
That's the scary
Bro,
part.
listen.
When you showed me that video, yesterday,
Oh, when I beat the dude up?
but like, what if he had a gun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always think about that.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. People ain't gonna fight. They're gonna give you a fair one.
Yeah. Well, I got one too, so there's that part. Yeah, he's shot. But
I don't even understand. Maybe because I changed the video. I don't understand how I didn't put it together that this was him sitting on Vlad TV on his platform after speaking to Godfrey, and Godfrey. I'm still perplexed how I didn't realize that it was him.
Ken is trying, and you know it bothers me.
And then Vlad really tried to turn. What's his name again? Will Mills.
Oh!
Is that his name? Fuck, nigga. My goddamn.
Stay off the weed.
Memory's so ass right now. Hold up. What's this nigga's name?
Not the best one.
Yeah, Will Mills. There we go. He really tried to turn his mans against him. This is the same guy. The same guy that he did his. So Godfrey did his podcast 7 days ago. The All Folks Inside, a small podcast, small YouTube channel. He's growing his channel. Godfrey did it. That's the only reason why I know his channel. This man went to Vlad. He's on Vlad. I didn't hear a channel plug on Vlad. I didn't even realize it was the same guy.
Probably. Probably, but that's my man. Our families know each other, like it's it. And I shook his hand. As I'm shaking his hand, I said, yo, we need to talk. He's like, okay, yeah. Then he runs off.
Yeah.
Right.
He told me.
And then we have a mutual friend. I got his phone number. I hit him. He don't hit me back. And then he does his show, and it was like, oh yeah, didn't Vlad hit you? I think he did. Maybe, I'm not sure. Did you change your number? Oh yeah, I changed my number. And it's like he's like, sort of like trying not to answer the question. It's like, motherfucker, you know I texted you. You just don't want to have this phone call, But you were the loudest dude talking the most shit about me. But here's the thing about Godfrey, right? This is the thing about Godfrey, and you could play it up for the cameras.
Right.
He could do whatever he wants. But the reality is, out of all the guests I've ever had, nobody would hit me up to do another interview more often than Godfrey. He was always, as soon as one interview's done, yo, I want to come back. Yo, whenever I do these interviews, my bookings go crazy, blah, blah. And me and him have always had a very kind, like, friendly relationship. He's been in my home before and everything else like that. And then suddenly, it was like, oh.
I know I watched this earlier and I reacted to it and I said what I said, give my commentary, paused it a bunch of times. But now I'm watching it through a different lens to see his reactions and see how much he stands up for his man's Godfrey, because the way Aries Spears stood up for him and didn't feed into any of this shit.
Cancel Vlad, fuck Vlad, let me talk about his family, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this is not the person that I knew 2 days before he was doing this.
Right.
And I think that with Godfrey, I think that he said so much foul things about me publicly when he knows that that's not what our relationship was, that he doesn't, I think he's worried about having that conversation with me because he's going to have to actually, talk about some of the things that.
Now I'm looking at this through a different lens. You said apologize. He would have to apologize. What is Godfrey apologizing for, sir? So that's your take? What?
He knows that that's not what our relationship was, that he doesn't, I think he's worried about having that conversation with me because he's going to have to actually, talk about some of the things that has happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just cowardice at this point. It's like,
it's cowardice. Subtle head nod. Bro, this is what Vlad's ultimate goal is. He's trying to turn niggas against each other. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to have these conversations and keep bringing up Godfrey with people that he's cool with to try to have some sort of weird moment, some weird animosity between these guys because he didn't represent or hold it down for Godfrey.
You want to have that certain energy on the internet, but when you run into me or when I call you, suddenly you don't want to have that conversation.
Right.
That's not a man to me.
Damn.
That's not a man to me. A man has to keep that same energy. That's how I feel. I know that's your buddy and everything else like that, but since
I got your thing. That's why I even called him. I said, listen, I'm doing the show regardless. But
right.
No, I heard this part. I heard him say he was your buddy and everything, but I didn't know to the extent of their friendship.
But he said no. He said, yo, go ahead, man. Go ahead. It's gonna really help you with your career and Vlad is I know how many people have sat down with you and you keep a lot of people relevant, if you ask me.
Well, listen, if you talk to all the comedians that have been on my show, every one of them will say that their bookings have increased dramatically from being on my show, especially if they're on my show consistently.
For sure.
Nah, these mans did not stand with Godfrey with the boycott. He's the only person that stood 10 toes down. These folks are looking at the clout, looking at, you kept folks' career relevant, so let me be part of that relevancy, because I didn't hear about him prior to this.
Well, what's interesting, though, is that before me and Jamar had a conversation,
Now, we already reacted to this earlier. If y'all want to see the reaction to this, go back to the earlier parts of the video. I'm not going to react to this again, but shout out to Aries Spears for actually holding it down for his mans. You can't say the same about the other person. Damn, man, that's not even a good look. He said not a man. He's just like, damn, not a man. You didn't really stand up for your man like that. Like, you didn't call Vlad out for his hypocrisy. You're the one that has all the animus. You should be checking him. You're not a man for not having the same energy with you. Like, he spoke about your family, sir. See, for me, when he keeps saying that, he spoke about his family. What did he speak about your family? I watch Godfrey. I keep up with a lot of the shows he does. When did he speak about his family? I remember Godfrey mentioning that he had a black wife. That's the only mention that I've heard Godfrey make about his family. I've never heard him disrespect his family. He pretty much outed and exposed Godfrey or Vlad for having a black wife, basically saying he feels like he's justified to speak on certain black topics and have a certain stance towards niggas because he has a black wife, so he can't be racist for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the complex is. I don't know what the reasoning why he brought up the fact that he had a black wife, but that is the only comment that I've heard Godfrey speak about his family at all. Didn't disparage her, didn't say anything negative. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look into that and do some more research to find the comments that Vlad's talking about. But Vlad be making shit up, so we don't even know, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. A lot more on the way. We out. Fair use once again, y'all. Fair use.
Oh!
We out. Yeah.